Have Sony ditched the PlayStation VR? Is the PSVR dead? Well, we're going to get into it, but first sign up to our new PS5 community forum called PlayStation Radar. You can find it at psradar.com. Signing up takes 5 seconds. You can find and share PS5 news, ask questions and get excited about the PS5 because I know I am. You'll also be first in line to hear about our PS5 related giveaways in the coming months, so get signed up. It takes 5 seconds. psradar.com, link in the description. Let's get So around when Sony launched their PlayStation VR headset, Oculus had just launched their first consumer headset, the CV1, as well as the HTC with their HTC Vive. This was when VR was just starting to take off, and when Sony threw their hat into the ring, everyone thought VR would be the next big thing. Well, 4 years later, and only about 5 million PS4 users out of nearly 110 million have picked up the PlayStation VR. And now, well, 5 million is a lot of headsets. It's just under 5% of the total PS4 user base, and sales are beginning to slump across the whole VR industry, with portable headsets like the Oculus Quest and games like the new Half-Life Alyx from Valve are propping up the VR market. It kind of feels like consumers are just not interested in rushing out to pick up VR headsets. Now, if you were to ask me, is VR dead? I'd have to say a resounding hell no, because I actually think VR's best days are still ahead of it. There's a bunch of amazing VR content that's already out and that's coming soon. It's thriving and has a dedicated community of VR enthusiasts. There's just a bunch of factors though as to why the VR doesn't have mass appeal just yet, whether it's the cost, the hassle of strapping on a bulky box onto your head for hours, or being isolated from your environment. These are things that will be improved over time, and we're beginning to see that now with portable all-in-one headsets like the Oculus Quest that I've actually got over there and that I've been using a lot. That's created a resurgence in the VR market where people can just pick up a VR headset, jump in without having to worry about plugging in a bunch of cables and needing an expensive gaming PC or a console. Now back to the PlayStation VR. Sony's PS5 is coming later this year, and they've just revealed their new PlayStation DualSense controller. I'm still trying not to call it the DualShock 5. Am I the only one that's doing that? But check out my last video if you want to see it in more depth and to get my opinion on it. One interesting thing I noticed right away when the DualSense controller was shown off is that it doesn't have a light bar on it on the top like the DualShock 4 does, leading me to suspect it'll no longer work with PSVR. Now, does this mean that Sony have dropped support for the PSVR on PS5? Well, it'd be strange, because back in April in 2019, Wired.com interviewed Sony's lead engineer Mark Cerny and asked him what his plans were for the PSVR, and he said, quote, "I won't go into the details of our VR strategy today," he says, beyond saying that VR is very important to us and that the current PSVR headset is compatible with the new console. So either Sony has changed their mind about supporting PSVR, or they're planning to allow players to keep using their DualShock 4 and PS5, which would be kind of strange as you can't currently use the PS3's DualShock 3 with the PS4. You'd think that Sony would want people to buy another controller, as it would make them more profit in the long run. Now, it also opens up the possibility that Sony may be working on a new VR headset and controllers that do not rely on the light bar and the PlayStation camera, as they're kind of relics from the PS3 era. Now, that leads me to believe that they may use something similar to the Oculus Quest that actually incorporates sensors into the headset that can track new controllers, which may be similar or closer to what the Oculus Quest uses, the Oculus Touch. Now, an article from /Gear seems to promote this idea about a new headset by quoting a Bloomberg article that says, quote, "Separately, Sony plans to release a new version of a PlayStation VR virtual reality headset, tentatively scheduled after the PlayStation 5 goes on sale." Bloomberg reports, citing anonymous sources familiar with the company's plans. So it's no secret, with other VR headsets coming out, the PlayStation VR is looking a little bit dated, having launched back in 2016 with a measly 1080p resolution shared between both eyes, 120Hz, and an old PS3 era tracking system that's in desperate need of an update. Now, if the omission of a light bar in the new PS5 DualSense controller tells us anything, it's that something's changing within Sony. They're either moving away from PlayStation VR, or they're moving towards something something new. Now, I really hope the current suite of PSVR hardware is still compatible with the PS5, including the DualShock 4, as it would save me having to buy an extra controller, but I don't think we'll be seeing a new VR headset from Sony this year. Now, is the PSVR dead? Will it be a relic of the PS4 era? We don't know yet, and we will likely not know for a few years to come. Anyways guys, that's it from me. Like this video if you liked it, hit the dislike if you didn't like it, and also smash that subscribe button and the bell icon if you want to see more gaming videos and news videos. As always, let me know what you think in the comments section. Do you think Sony have given up on PSVR? Do you think they're making a new headset? I'd love to hear from you in the comments. I read every single comment. Anyways guys, this is Blaze2k, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace out.